Please, I request you to please mute your microphones. Thanks a lot. Everyone, please mute your microphones. Thanks a lot. Please keep your microphones muted. So, dear colleagues and valuable partners and stakeholders, a very good morning to all of you. So, today's webinar marks the beginning of a series of proactive engagements, both offline and online, under the leadership of our JS Madam, Srimati Sonal Mishra. So, I would request our JS Madam to deliver the inaugural note as well as set the context for the webinar. Ma'am.
A very good morning to the whole ecosystem of skilling and apprentices pan India. आप सभी को मेरा बहुत नमस्कार. I heartily welcome all the state directors and commissioners, the mission directors or the CEO of State Skill Development Mission, the RDSDE of the ministry, the joint directors and their team, the senior principals of the local ITI and other ITI, the sector skill council representatives and the TPA's representatives who are connected to us virtually today. I also take this opportunity to welcome a very proactive team of the ministry, very ably headed by Anita Madam ji, who is sitting right here with me, and also Satish ji and the young team of consultants who are ably taking forward especially the technical and the industrial partnership as far as apprentices are concerned. Now, apprenticeship, it forms a very crucial part of the whole ecosystem of skilling and creating job opportunities. It is like from the root to the shop floor, and this pathway is a very, very active and very, very recognized and one of the most established pathway of creating the job opportunities. It is governed by the legal framework of the Apprentices Act of 1961 and the rules of 1992. NSDE has been able to develop a very vibrant training ecosystem, and especially after the launch of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme in 2016. This has been one of a very key milestone, and it has taken a big leap in creating a huge number, a more robust, a more vibrant, a very interactive, and very apprenticeship in National Apprenticeship Portal, which is, I would say, the bottom line of this scheme, has ever been a very, very flagship initiative of the Government of India to promote this scheme. It is also pertinent to mention that NAPS has also been internationally acclaimed and has featured by the ILO in the publication named Commitments to Promote Apprentices, and it is one of the ways in which regional and national stakeholders have contributed to the promotion of quality apprenticeship. Now, this is, I would say, a series of interaction. This is just a beginning. This is the kind of first webinar where possibly we will be interacting with the very large ecosystem of apprenticeship, and it moves across from the ministry to the state governments to the districts, which are ably headed by our team of very senior principals of the ITI, who are also the district apprentice advisor, and also our very senior RDSDE, and I take immense and I extend my thanks, because when I see all the numbers, we have really our initiatives have contributed in scaling up the numbers in this in huge way, and really from 1.56 lakh in 17-18, we are now at 6.61 lakh in 22-23. I would also take this opportunity to highlight the fact that in the budget announcement this year, a huge emphasis or thrust has been given on the apprenticeship scheme and launching of the DBT. So So these two are most important and very important part which we would like the states and our team of RDSDE and our very active stakeholders in the form of sector skill councils and the TPAs to appreciate and give us full support as far as both the things are concerned, bringing about quality apprenticeship in the youth and also ensuring that the registration on the portal becomes quicker and more in number so that once this DBT is launched, we have no further hiccups in that. We will once we begin the presentations, our technical team is very much here. Anita ji will make the presentation, giving the overall picture, what is the administrative and other, or what are the legalities pertaining to this scheme, and the team of the young consultants would focus on the technical and the portal issues. So I would request each of the participants to kindly put all your issues in the chat box, and even post this webinar we will be interacting separately with the sector skill councils and the TPAs, and we'll coming back to the states very soon. From next week onwards, we would be talking on one-on-one basis with the states, and we would request all the state directors or the commissioners or the mission directors and the team to be in very active interface with the ministry, so that any issue pertaining to us we are able to resolve it at the earliest. That is point number one. And also I would make a earnest request to all my young colleagues to kind of do similar sort of interaction, whether virtually in the form of webinars or physical interaction. I would just highlight that ministry has been undertaking the workshops in a big way to propagate the scheme at the ground level, and also the Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Melas are already happening. Good reporting from the district level, and but on such initiatives, I am very sure the state governments are also undertaking many proactive measures. There must be many success stories, and but parallelly there may be certain issues also which you would like us to resolve. So I would be very much interested in listening from you. Post this webinar, you may mail to us, you may talk to us. We'll share all our coordinates to you. We would be very much interested in listening from you about the success story, about the good initiative, about how are the what are your methods or modus operandi to take it forward, and also if you have any issue, you can get back to us on this. So without possibly taking any further time, I would again welcome all my and team and team members, and whosoever is connected, or if at all the people who are not virtually connected with us, I would request the state directors, the joint directors, the RDSDEs and the AAAs to kindly sit with your team and take all the things or all the points which we discussed today, kindly take it forward, and any issues we are there to help you and support you, and thank you once again.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Director of Apprenticeship Training, Anita Madam, to please deliver the presentation and share her valuable insights. Madam.
First of all, I would like to thank ma'am to giving a new energy and new direction and a new dimensions to apprenticeship ecosystem. Madam has taken charge a week back, and a week time Madam has gone into the each detail of apprenticeship ecosystem, and no. Let me finish my sentence. And she has given new energy to my whole team and me also to take up apprenticeship to different heights in coming years. And I can see how many people have joined. 800, and it is really heartening to note that 800 plus colleagues from all ecosystem of apprenticeship have joined in a day. That itself shows the energy already in the field and the interest created in ecosystem to engage more and more apprentices in establishment, and I give push to apprenticeship training, and join hand in Bharat in Amritkal. Am I right? Hai? Bharat Amritkal. So it's really good, and the youth apprenticeship. I am in the ecosystem since last 25 to 30, maybe 30 plus years, and I found the apprenticeship is the best way to acquire skills, or after short term skilling, on the job skilling. It's the best way to enter into the world of work. If you are in skilling ecosystem or short-term skilling or ITI, you have just classroom training and you are not acquainted with the challenges of workplace, the discipline of the workplace. So, apprenticeship is a transition from school education to work-based education, and here apprentices don't have full responsibility to deliver at the workplace, but they are slowly getting into the system, soft launch. So they are going into the system, they are disciplined with the timings of morning, evening, and they are disciplined with the day-to-day activity, 8 hours sitting, and also learning on the place and helping hands to the colleagues and person in the individual places. So I find it the best way to go into the skilling ecosystem. And luckily, I was in charge of apprenticeship training since 2018. And in 1 year, when I was a regional director in Madhya Pradesh, I had a field experience how apprenticeship being implemented at the workplaces. And now coming again and in ministry and leading from front to this apprenticeship training and the budget announcement to train 47 lakh apprentices, giving a really new boost to the apprentice ecosystem. And that is why on this context, madam has decided, let us start with the this type of seminars, so that everyone is on the same page when we are advocating apprenticeship at the with the establishment and the ground level with the apprentices and establishment. So keeping that in view, we are coming up with the standard presentations, and I assume few of the colleagues are new to ecosystem. That's why we are running a PPT to update everybody new initiative and new things what is happening, and also to revise what is the present ecosystem, or what is the present provisions of act and rule. Maybe few colleagues already know this, but just for the new ones who have joined, we are running through with this presentation, and kindly let me complete this presentation. And to begin with, the first although people know about who are all the implementing partners in apprenticeship training, even then we would I would like to refresh that apprenticeship ecosystem what we are having is governed by Apprenticeship Act 1961 and also regulated by Apprenticeship Rule 1992. Everybody knows that the Act was revised in 2014, and thereafter rule was also revised in 2015 and then again in 2019. So these revisions simplified the Act as well as rule provisions, so that apprentices can take up establish it in the form of ease of doing business, so that industries find simple processes to engage apprentices. And earlier, this act was administered by Ministry of Labour and Employment, but after Ministry of Skill Development, when it was established in 2015, the ministry is taking responsibility and taking full responsibility and expanding this implementation of Apprenticeship Apprentices Act 1961. And this Apprentices Act is also, there is a Central Apprenticeship Council, which we need, which is there with the apex body to give direction to take any decisions in apprenticeship ecosystem. And then as Act mandates, we have two sets of establishment, which are some of them are under central jurisdiction and others are under the state jurisdiction. It is important to highlight here the state governments are responsible to implement apprenticeship training in all the establishment which falls under the state jurisdiction. And Act has clearly defined which are the type of establishment under the state jurisdiction.
I would like to again inform that all the establishments which have their offices in 3 states or less, or they are only in that state, they fall under the state jurisdiction. So the complete liability to execute apprenticeship training on those establishments lies with the state government, and it is for both category of trades, for designated trade as well as for optional trade. So there is a narrative like optional trades is only done by NSDC. It is not correct. For state jurisdiction of establishment, optional trade, designated trade, all responsibilities lie with the state government, and it is governed by the legal provisions of Act. So state should take this as their duty and responsibility to propagate, to expand apprenticeship training in both category of trades in their establishment. Back. And now in central jurisdiction, we have Ministry of Education also, which is responsible for execution of apprenticeship training in case of trainees who have qualification 12th class and above. This has clearly been defined. So they are responsible for that, and MSD is responsible only for the 12th class pass and below. And 12th class pass in case of optional trade, there are few qualifications which are overlapping with Ministry of Education and MSD, but seeing the target group, the huge target group, both are allowing this type of apprenticeship training, and DGT through RDSD and NSDC and Sector Skill Council is implementing apprenticeship training in case of center's jurisdiction of trade, and here with important point which I would like to mention that the Act provisions of Act which allows us to establishment to engage apprentices from 2.5 to 15% of their manpower. These apprentices can be in any category of maybe in MOE, maybe MSD. It is not Act is one. So this should be kept in mind while issuing any memos to establishments. If it is not the independent ministry, they have to hire 2.5. It is combined effort. This 2.5. Now we can go next slide. This is also a revision, but I would like to revise this also. कि apprentices at the age of 14 and above can engage as apprentices, but for the hazardous industries, the age must be 18 and above. And the qualification, we have the courses with 5th class pass also in optional trade, so it is open for any type of youth who has education qualification of 5th pass, who was not able to take further education, but apprenticeship training gives him a pathway to acquire skills in establishment premises. Optional, this provision is there. This should be communicated across, and like the government, this scheme has a provision. So we should try to target all kind of students for apprenticeship training, and industry should also should not hesitate to hire apprentices of 5th class, because sometimes they have a knack of skills, but maybe they are weak in educational things. So these provisions have been made. Courses duration are from 3 to 6 months, 6 to 36 months, and then optional trade we have restricted to 1 year, and for further extension there is a provision. You can send us your requirement and we will get it approved for extension of duration also. This is very important. Apprentices are trainees, they are not worker at the workplace. So they are when they are working at the workplace, they are not all the work related laws are not applicable to apprentices. They are trainees, and this everything written over there. I think we'll share this PPT also. So further any doubts you can go through again.
Maybe the states can focus from 2.5 to 15%. The band is very huge. So that is one point which the state should definitely. So I would again request the whole ecosystem that kindly look into the fact that definitely there is a huge scope which is available. From the ministry, we have developed the scope potential of the states, and we would be very soon sharing the details with the state directors or the commissioners, The TPAs also have a huge role to play there. The SSCs also have a huge role to play, and it's very heartening to see the way optional trade induction has increased in the past few years, or I would say. So kindly look into the fact that the bandwidth is very huge, starting from 2.5 to 10, and then again escalated to 15. So the whole state team, if you can sit together, look into the potential, and the potential varies from the very high end to absolutely hinterland end. So it is not that you are limited only to one kind of a vertical or two kind of a vertical. The spectrum is huge. So kindly explore and kindly look into the thrust where you can do it for your own state.
Ma'am, can I ask one question here?
Now the provisions of Apprentices Act, the important provisions, there must be a contract between the establishment and the apprentices. This contract must be approved by the apprenticeship advisor. It must be under the.
Presentation is not visible.
We have advisor at the district civil office.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Our
The screen is not visible.
advisors in state ecosystem and other advisors which have been notified by the state government and the central government. So this is a responsibility of any
Screen is not visible.
at the workplace. This contract gives them protection. So this is why this contract is very important. And this regulation, monitoring, etc., everything, our apprenticeship advisor knows it very well. But anybody who is new system, it is very important. The contract is signed. It is
Presentation is not visible, ma'am.
go and visit.
It is not visible.
Also whether they are in the workplace, on time and the range of the salary is at par with the what has been prescribed. Also, it is not only the
Madam, presentation is not visible.
training is going and the training is going at workplace and doing the work. He also needs to be educated.
Madam, presentation is not visible.
Course curricula also. I have seen many times trainees are not aware that they are there to learn also. So they have to follow the prescribed curricula. It is not visible, ma'am. Understand the establishment should understand that they have to give. Not really must they should be in a week time they should be given some input on physical aspects also what they are doing at the workplace. Even in our ministry we have apprentices, we have apprentices of computer operator, data entry, etc. We are trying to give them some inputs. When we find time, we sit with them, we give them some insights of the other things also, subject matter also, and curricula also. So everybody, apprenticeship advisor, it is a responsibility to see that training is also happening along with what they are doing for the establishment, but they are also learning something there. And penalty clause everybody knows, but like now the government approach is more supportive instead of giving penalties and etc. But supportive, hand holding, comfort. Establishment should feel comfortable when they are working with the government. So this is all government is now focusing instead of but there is a provision and that can be exercised as and when required. People can hear you. Yes. Can we move to next slide?
वो ये बोले पोस्टपोन हो जाएगी मेल नहीं आएगा
I think due to some technical issues, it's taking time in building the PPT. What was the benefit for employees? So when we are discussing this apprenticeship training with establishments and employers, we have important points. When we are saying our product, this should be kept in mind. This is why important and beneficial for our employees.
people's mic are on, we are unable to hear. People's mic are on and they are
Next.
Request to stop the mic there, ma'am, please.
खुद में time लगता है.
This one. So here we have listed out what are the benefit, how it is going to everybody. So like companies, everybody is doing the same thing. We are enhancing the employability of the youth and national building through skilling. This is the main goal everybody is doing. But how they are doing, we are depicting in this diagram. Organization stability. Opportunities to build a stable organization in the long run with the high employee loyalty and lower attrition at the lesser cost. Develop discipline at the regulated skill. This point has emerged after so much of studies ILO has undertaken across and few studies which we also have undertaken. The person who was apprentices in that organization is more loyal to that organization because he is in a corner of his heart has learned from here. The organization trainer or was a learning place to him, so he is more loyal. This has come out from various studies. So one apprentice is absorbed by the organization in future, he is more loyal and he works. So this is the selling points. When we talk them, we should tell them like this. And this is the workforce in pipeline. Like one apprentice is there, he is working there for 1 year. Every establishment needs manpower on regular basis. If some apprentice is doing a good job, he is there for a year, then he can be hired. And that the hiring cost, you are saving on the hiring cost. You already know the person since long and now you are taking him on the on roll. So the hiring cost is saved from ROI investment for the establishment. So this is so like ease of doing business, what we are telling is we have made this apprenticeship portal, which is a digital platform. We should sell. There is no hassle. The government has made a portal. You can just everything you have. You need not to visit any government offices. Everything is on portal. Through portal, we are doing all the apprenticeship training program. So this is another thing which we can tell to establishment. And so that they come forward to join apprenticeship. Now the incentives, we can also sell.
I would again request all my team from the ministry representative, that is RDSDEs, and also the state commissioners or the directors and their team, along with the TPAs. You have a very huge role and responsibility to play here, because portal is now our, I can say, it is the place where all the management of the scheme is happening. So it is very essential that we get a knack of it. So I would request the whole team to kind of continuously keep on having such kind of webinars or reaching out to the last mile, continuously keep on demonstrating what is all available on the portal, how to get the details out of it, or how to when you are signing the contract, how are the things updated, because the next step is the DBT for all the life contract. So unless we get a knack of the portal, it would not be possible for the establishment to or the candidates to get the benefit out of the DBT. So it is a very, very important aspect as on date. So I'm expecting that the states take this portal and the DBT step forward. From our side, if you have any issue, we would be expecting that you can put it on the chat, and we'll get to know the issues or the tickets that are being raised. Today, in the second half, I'm separately having a two-way webinar with the SSC and the TPS. So I would be waiting to hear any issues which are emerging from the establishments from your side. But as I said, this is just a beginning of interactions with you. The way we are interacting with you, you are requested to interact further with your ecosystem, and very soon, as I said, we'll be talking one-on-one the states. So we will be then listening from you the good things, the proactiveness that you are sharing at the field level, and any issue, if at all, is coming to us.
Next selling point is an incentive scheme which government is giving. Although Act makes it mandatory for establishment to pay stipend, but here government is coming forward. Government is sharing a stipend cost partially with the establishment. So another selling point for the establishment. And this a social impact is a very important. Social impact, what everybody is doing together is going to enhance the employability of the youth, and which is also going in line with the national building skilling and our honorable Prime Minister visions of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is very important. Skilled manpower is going to be a very important component when we are talking about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and everybody must feel pride and proud when our Prime Minister is taking so much of pain, bringing so much of industry, so much of foreign industry in the country. So we have to be ready with the skilled manpower to a continuous supply to those whosoever is coming and setting up their businesses in our country. And we have to be come forward as a what is the vision of the government as the third biggest, largest economy. So we have to be ready for that, and this is the right time to begin again with the fresh announcement in the budget to train 47 lakh apprentices. So this is we have to work with the new energy and with the new dimensions in this ecosystem. And compliances are the very few. It is a very simple compliances in respect of the other acts. It's a very simple act, not much compliances, and and when they are doing this, they are at the side of the law, and when they are not doing this, they are violating some of the laws. So this must be told to every establishment, whatever you come across, whatever are there in your jurisdiction and your district. So we have to bring this all aspects in their notice, and a similar type of webinar or maybe interactions can be made, and this PPT can be used. This can be translated in the regional level and can be used by you and your team to create apprenticeship across the country. Now, next slide is the benefit for apprentices. This was the benefit for the employer. Now the benefit for the apprentices. So when we are talking to our youth, we should bring these things there in their notice ki why they should do apprenticeship training. So first is that they are going to be some industry or establishment, so industry oriented training they will be getting whatever the new technology, new methods being used at the workplace. They are going to understand, they are going to have exposure on those things. It is the first benefit what they are getting. Next benefit is it potential to progress. Apprenticeship training also have a vertical mobility, and national credit framework also we are going to have apprenticeship training in a way, so that if some student wants to have a vertical mobility, the training what he has completed will be given some credit so that he can move forward. And when you are working at the workplace, you are with the latest technology, because every workplace have the latest technology. So when apprentices are going to establish, and like our apprentices who are working with us, they also feel happy that they are working with the latest computers, other ecosystem, other knowledge bank which people have around. So they are telling that we have really gained so many things when once we are working with it's a ministry. Even then they have learned many things and many technologies when they are working with us. And this is a very good selling point. And while you are learning, parallelly you are earning also. So it's the both ways. You are supporting yourself a bit. This stipend is not to support the family, but you are supporting your expenses, and also you are learning at the same time. So this is the another selling point for the apprentices. And the certificate which we are giving, maybe through a sector skill council, also through our digital ecosystem, also national apprenticeship, every certificate has a value and a global recognized recognition, and there are apprentices who have acquired even this national certificate of sector skill council have gone to other countries. Their certificate was recognized, and they have gone to a few Gulf countries. This has been informed and put to our notice. And so this certificate has a recognition, because they have all kind of emblem and NSQF label defined, etc. So this is a globally recognized certificate. So when they have this, this is their employability, and they can show to their workplace, yes, I have this certificate, I have this commitment. So this is the important selling point. for the apprentices also.
I would just add the kind of curve or the kind of aspirations which my state team can build up in the youth, that it is very essential we expose our youth at a very young age at what are the apprentices, like what is we mean by the apprentices, what is the scheme of the government, and how we can create that aspiration in the youth, that they start kind of understanding that what is this on the job training, what is this earn while you learn, what is that training at the shop floor itself. So it is extremely important for the state team to have more level of dialogues, more level of interfaces, more level of interactions, whether in-person interaction or virtual interaction, or by various method of interaction. It may be through the use of social media in your districts, in your towns, in your cities, in your states, or by method of reaching out to the schools or the higher secondary, senior secondary, to the young population, which we are always saying that we have to cash on to the demographic dividend which India holds, a very young population. So I think apprenticeship is a scheme which kind of creates the right messaging for our youth population. So again requesting the RDSDs and the state team to create your own ways and means to reaching out to the youth population and engaging with them at the maximum, so that at a very beginning stage they start knowing, they start appreciating that how they can take the advantage of this act or this scheme.
Next slide. Some of the simplification which we have taken in recent past. Last 1 year we have issued around during last 1 year we have issued around 10 office memorandums indicating various process simplification and doing some process simplification, etc., and ease of doing business, portal issues. So we have done that, and we have communicated with all state governments and all other members of ecosystem, and they are also available in our apprenticeship area portal also. And these few of them which are very important I am taking here, like basic training, we have simplified many things, and I can read it, but everybody can also have sharing this PPT also. But in basic training, we have simplified many things, like exemption from physical verification. This was a very big challenge to sending somebody approval process, delayed approval process. Now it is exempted for establishment engaging 50 or more. We understand that they are the big establishment, and so they must have this type of facility available with them, and government need not to worry about need not to undermine their capability of taking basic training. We have exempted this. So like basic training has been combined with the on-the-job training, so that there is no need to create separate infrastructure, etc., for the basic training, and this is applicable for designated and optional trade also. And but important thing is that for designated trade category, if apprentice is a fresher, there is a need for the basic training, and that training will continue as it is going for the 3 month basic training. If that particular trainee is a fresher candidate, he don't have any training program, he has not undertaken any training program before joining apprenticeship training. And so no separate BTP approval required in case training provider is approved for either designated and optional trade. The same can be used for the both category of trades. And auto populates all eligible government ITIs. Whatever the government ITI is auto approved as a basic training, whatever government ITI is available, it can be a basic training provider, and industry should be informed accordingly, and they should not worry they have to create a new infrastructure for basic training. They can tie up with the nearby ITIs and for providing free of basic training for only fresher candidates of designated trade. And accordingly, this is a very important assessment and certification. In between, there was a message that there is no need for assessment and certification for the optional trade, but that is a wrong. It is very important. Trainees who are completing a training program should be assessed after the end of the training, and they should be given a certificate also. Trainees, they are the young kids. They will always try to avoid any examination assessment, but as a क्या बोलेंगे एक जिम्मेदार नागरिक we have to tell them it is very important for you to take exam and have a certificate so that this can be help in your future jobs also and credits. You will get credits also if you go for any further education.
This is a very important aspect because we get to hear so many times that the training has been undertaken, but the assessment and certification is remaining. Either it is remaining, or it is ignored, or it is not sought for. Whatever it is, what Anita Madam has just said, it is extremely important and crucial. The whole ecosystem understands and appreciates that whatever you have acquired as a skill, and especially you have acquired the skill on the shop floor, it is something which the job market is eagerly looking for. So, if you are assessed and also hold a certificate requisite to that, your demand, your push forward will be much strengthened and much would be a lot more if you are assessed and certified. So this is something which the team has to deal in system. And I will also take this opportunity to mention that TCD is now documenting and creating a whole lot of compendium which kind of becomes easy to read and ready reference for whatever new changes have happened. And kind of easily you can just refer to the details of that. The old team and the people who are already engaged with us are possibly aware, but anybody who is new or anybody who is coming to join the system in due course of time may find value to the compendium which is being sent to you all very shortly.
Now the next was the establishment jurisdiction. I think it is very clear this establishment falls under the jurisdiction of IDSB or state government or skill council.
Sir.
This meeting is being recorded.
Everybody understands that which establishment are under their jurisdiction as per the Act and law. For promotion, there is no distinction between central and state, but on portal and technical issues, there is a. And like a claim reimbursement process under the scheme, we have tried to simplify many things there. And this is very important, so I would like to clarify to everybody for the financial year 21-22. We have tried to settle all the claims, and whatever the left, we were trying to do this financial year only. And for 22-23, the online process which we are going to have already developed on the portal, and soon everybody will be putting their claims through regional director or through state apprenticeship advisor, and we have sufficient funds during this financial year. We will be clearing all the pending liabilities of 22-23 during this financial year. So there should not be any type of pressure if we are not clearing the stipend. And because of DBT, which we have launched in between, there was some financial crunch during this financial year. But for the next financial year, 23-24, we have asked enough money and we have already been given also. This is very important. We have been given in B before the estimate. We have given enough money, so all the bill will be settled. It is a matter of time, maybe 3-4 months, but every bill will be settled under the NAS, and we will be doing this very shortly. And for the RDSD side also, if any claims are pending for the financial year 21-22, we have made provision in this financial year also, and we will be allocating money so that the old bills can be settled. And for the financial 22-23, it will be through portal. And in case of any difficulty, any issues, we will be looking into and resolving into on the profit manner. And I request my technical team here also, they should coordinate and support and guide to everybody so that all the bills clear during this financial year.
This is again a hugely important aspect because this is one thing which kind of creates the right, I would say the right word, the right environment. So anything which is pending at any level, I would expect that those are raised to us if it at all pertains to us. And RDSDEs also should take this immediately and very urgently. They should look into all the details, and if anything needs to come to us, it should come to us, including me, very soon, so that we are able to take a call and immediately clear or clarify wherever it remains.
So other simplification which we have taken recently is like in optional trade, there was a criticism sometimes that the trade duration is too long, and so now we have rationalized it 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Even on this we are open if somebody has some suggestion and somebody wants to have a duration more than 12 months, we have an opening, we do that.
I'm really looking forward to the sector skill councils and the TPAs on OTs. This is a place where we have marked your scope, and I'm not going organization by organization because this is a common issues that we are just kind of flagging or emphasizing at the moment. But optional trade is something where by saying so, I definitely don't mean that DT is not your lookout, but OT is something which gives you a whole lot of flexibility to generate such kind of courses, and especially in the services sector. And I'm keenly looking forward to the performance of the sector skill councils and the TPAs as far as this is concerned.
And for the basic training, in case of optional trade has already been embedded in OGT component so that there is no separate basic training requirement, it is going parallelly. So this is also one of the simplification. And apprenticeship help desk has been created, tickets are generated and they are resolved on whatever fastest way our team is doing, they are doing. And we have people who come early in morning and then 1 hour they spend only on ticket clearing so that the same day these issues are resolved. And like in portal upgradation, we have done many things and we have tried to simplify portal issues, and NCBT MIS portal integration for designated trade has already been completed and it is now running successfully. And the huge of this feedback is coming and the people are not very happy with the EKYC. They think people are not very happy, but the reality is that we have to go with EKYC because of the digital platform can understand the language of EKYC only. This we have discussed with many people. We have tried to come out with the other solution and suggestion, but everybody in every scheme is using only EKYC, so we have to be, and for that handholding should be given to establishment and apprentices, and what help we can do, what help our other partners of ecosystem can do. Please do that. Any suggestion from your end? If the some UID camps etc. needed, that can be helped. But this has come out as a mandatory field, and we have to do this. And establishment, PAN, GST, etc. is also very important. And in case of this issue was raised, public sector and public, this work has been done this year. So they have to continue, they are doing, and today it will be removed for the public sector unit and for the other who don't have PAN and GST number. But for us, it is important because we have came across a large number of portal. I myself have harassment of apprentices who have unnecessarily been called by the establishment, but they are the fake establishment. They call somewhere, come here, come there, but there is no establishment was there. We have sent personally to verify, establishment was not there. So it is very important, and to remove all the fake establishment from our ecosystem, we need PAN GST integration, and it is a must, and we should ask them to do that.
I would request what Anita ji has just emphasized for eKYC and PAN GST. The technical team, once they give you a walkthrough through the portal, would again be talking of these in much more detail. And I think previously also a lot of awareness campaign or workshops have been generated or have been provided for. This is not, maybe for this scheme it becomes unique, but it is prevalent across, I would say, if not all, most of the schemes. So this is something where we have to talk extremely positively and extremely that this is required and required in a good way. So again TPA will have to play a major role here. Kindly please see to it that we are able to do this very fast for all the live contracts, because that is where it would start getting executed once we go for the DBT. So this is again something which we are looking forward in a time-bound manner. If you feel that there are any issues involved which need to be escalated to us, we are definitely looking forward to your suggestions.
So this maths apprentices count, whether they are capturing right now, I don't say. Okay. And two-factor authentication for all stakeholders. This has been made all these issues have been captured in the portal application now. Coming to what we have achieved after 2016-17 launch of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme and simplification of Apprentices Act. So I am really happy to share this graph which shows the itself an dividend showing the growth. And this is the complete ecosystem who is joining here, has contributed in this growth, and this is the time to celebrate for the time. Yes, we have done, and we have brought system from 1.11 fresh apprentices during 16, fresh means new apprentices in 16-17. And now we are around, this year we are around close to 7 lakh apprentices, and we have still 1.5 month left. We are trying to reach 100, and I request my ecosystem, SSC and state government, please do hard work so that the target of 1 million we can reach by 31st March, and this is going to be our target given by the Honorable Minister, and we can show, yes, together we have done this. So it is very important, and this is the right intervention at the right time under the dynamic leadership of our DS Madam. We have 1.5 months, we have to work hard, and we have to reach to 1 million by the 31st March. So this is the time to cheer and celebrate, but still some work is left, and we have to complete that also. Now the next slide is also regarding the establishment growth on the portal, how we have slowly the active establishment coming on the portal and started engaging apprentices. So we started like 2,755. This data is not correct. Like 1920 we can start, the 12,900 establishment was there, and from there we have reached to 35,000 this year. So this has also at least 3 times more establishment are coming in this financial, but there is a need to real need to increase number of active establishment on the portal, and here our complete ecosystem has to work and work together to bring more and more establishment and willing establishment, and request them to engage apprentices by selling all those points which I have already made. and this is going to be a very important task for everybody here.
I would say these are the lowest hanging fruit. You already have the total number of establishments which are registered available to you. Of these, look into the active establishments. Most of the active establishments are way below 2.5, maybe about 2.5 maybe. Maybe few and far between you have a number little more than that. Can you immediately have a discussion, have a dialogue, have an interface, have an interaction with them? That when government is ministry is supporting so much, and when things are becoming so transparent, to go for the candidates, can they not have more induction? Can they not have more number of candidates coming as apprentices in their organization? That can be part one. So from 2.5 or less than 2.5, also if you take the active establishment total capacity to much higher level of say 10%, 5%, 8%, 7%, whatever is possibly or whatever is actually possible on the ground, that would be one good thing. The second is establishment who are though registered but are inactive or maybe archived for good number of months. Have an immediate look into that and then start making those establishments active, and the archived one also should be brought into the active zone. So this is something which is a ready data available to either the SSCs or the TPS or the whole state team or the RDSDs. So kindly look into it. This ecosystem, this is a huge ecosystem where the opportunity is lying right in front of it, right in front of our faces. So kindly just go ahead and try and engage with them very, very actively.
Madam, 18, 19, we had two portals. So that is why the other establishment which were on other portal, around 7,000. I'm not sure over here. So that time we were around 7,000 establishment total. And this is the optional trade just started in 18, 19. So this is the optional trade pick up from that. So very good. And now the other slide is like after launch of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme 2016, we have completed apprenticeship completed is 10 lakh around who has completed apprenticeship, and back off of the designated trade was around 5.694 lakh for the designated trade and 4.07 lakh is optional trade. This is the completed, and as on ongoing is 7.06 which are as on date are engaged as apprentices across the country. This is the achievement since launch of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. So if we go in totality around 17 lakh, 18 lakh we can say ki either completed or undergoing training after launch of it. So this is all from my side, and now our young team from NSDC, Abhishek will walk through to the portal, and I will conclude with my best wishes to my all stakeholders and every participant of this webinar, and with the rest, with the request to reach 1 million target by 31st March, and whatever help or whatever support they want from our side, we will be ready to extend, we will be ready to support, and our team will be giving full support, and madam and me are also available for any clarification if anybody is not disabled. So from this all, I am stopping here and I am giving this platform to Abhishek to start this work, portal work.
So good morning all of you. My name is Abhishek.
Madam, good morning,
I'm
madam.
of Apprenticeship Division since October 2021. Thank you, DS ma'am, for your welcome notes, and Anita ma'am for taking all of us through an insightful view of apprenticeship. So now I would like to take an opportunity to take you all through a portal walkthrough and how our portal equips with all the information which will be needed by the stakeholders at certain point of time. So if any user would like to log in on apprenticeship portal, they simply go on internet search, they simply log on to apprenticeshipindia.gov.in. Even if you search the keyword apprenticeship on any Google, any search engine, simply it will land you will be able to land to apprenticeship portal. So now if I would like to elaborate what all information we have on the page headers, so you can see the home button, get started, apprenticeship opportunities, some courses, a list with all the third party aggregators which we handled, and some instruction videos and FAQ which involve modules such as PTA, establishment, candidate, and so on. Also, we have implemented a PMNAV registration through our apprenticeship portal itself. Okay. So also we have integrated PMNAV registration through our apprenticeship portal itself. Earlier it was getting handled by the DBT portal. So now if any establishment or candidate would like to enroll them for PMNAV registration, and the portal will allow you to register as a candidate or as an establishment, or if you are already registered on PMNAV portal as an existing user, so also you would be able to log in to a new user also as an existing user. So I will not go into depth because after that, basis on the inputs, anybody can operate the PMNAV registration page and rest of the bits which will be coming on. Also, we have implemented a candidate login and register as the eKYC has been launched on 24th of after the 24th of Jan. So, if any candidate would like to log in, they can simply put their email ID and click on submit button. The moment they will enter the email ID, one OTP will be triggered on their registered email ID. After that, candidate would need to enter the same OTP on a field so that they would be able to log in. Also, we have made some changes after eKYC launch for a registration of candidate. Candidate need to put the mobile number and email ID. After that, the registration process will start. Again, I'll not go into depth, okay, and elaborate rest of the features which we have on portal. So I'll coming to technical support, which is one of the important implementation which we have done recently. So through this tool, any user, it may be a AAA, it may be SSC, TPA, establishment candidate, SSDM, SSCs, SEOs, anybody can raise a ticket. Just a second. Okay, no problem, no problem. I have one handy user manual which will help you to understand how technical support works. So let me open it. Just a second. So maybe due to some reasons I am unable to log in on technical support due to some restrictions. But yeah, this user manual will also having the same information. The moment any user click on technical support, you will land to this page where if you are a new user, so for a one-time registration, you need to click on sign up. The moment you click on sign up button, it will ask for some information, maybe your name, your email ID, and one captcha you need to put. After that, one email will again be triggered on your email ID, which you have put it here. Once activated, you will be able to access your ticketing dashboard where you can track all your tickets, their progress, whether they are pending for approval, whether there any action is pending on any technical person team, whether it is pending on business, whether it is resolved, whether it is closed. So earlier, the whole management of grievances or were getting handled by which was also a hectic process to take follow-up to respond and closure of the complete resolution. So by integrating these queries via Zoho, it becomes easier. Now, at any point of time, any user are having this clarity that this is the current progress of my ticket, this is the current progress of my issue. So after that, once you will be logged into this platform, you will be able to create a ticket where we will be needing some information like you are raising ticket for candidate as an establishment, either it is for contract, either it is for payroll, okay, either it is for claim and reimbursement. So this is how any user would be able to map their queries based on the inputs which we have embedded on technical support. After that, you will be getting your auto-generated ticket reply from Zoho. Also, you can track the same progress via email itself. If any user would not be able to log into this platform, as we can see the live, okay, we are unable to use this platform due to some restrictions. So that's how this platform can be used at any level. It could be candidate, establishment, SSCs, TPS, as I have mentioned. So the people working on ground, I would request all of you, because after eKYC, we have not come across so many issues that candidates or establishment are unable to complete their profile. But I would request all of you to communicate that there is a proper channel where any user can raise a ticket, so that we will also be able to know that this is the impact which is getting or which is getting implemented. So I'll go back and explain rest of the modules which we have on portal. So again, as you can see, which we are having some banners which are automatically integrated from NCMS portal, which will be also common for all the government portals. So here, any candidate would be able to check the apprenticeship opportunities which are published by the establishment. If you see any keyword, I am putting fitter as an example, the candidate would be able to see all the opportunities mapped to fitter keyword. So here also, candidate would be able to see all the apprenticeship opportunities.
सिद्धार्थ जी कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है
Oh, sorry.
बहुत देर से
So, for candidate aspirations, okay, and as per the experiences, location, candidate can find out these opportunities via course site, their location, their course, establishment name, because some of the candidates are having very restricted to their aspirations and preferences. So, from all these filters, candidate would be able to search these apprenticeship opportunities. Also, there are some rest of the filters, maybe gender, because some other industries are having gender preferences. So these filters we also have mapped. The moment candidate input these filters, automatically the apprenticeship portal will display all the apprenticeship opportunities as per the candidate inputs. I'll go back. Now we are having some RQ messages, any major changes or any notices or any notification which we are issued, which we are getting issued, same can be checked on marquee messages as well. We are having some quick synopsis, like how many active establishments we have on apprenticeship portal, how many candidates enrolled, number of active opportunities, apprentices engaged, and number of courses active. So you can also check till when this stats has been updated. We are having a common apprenticeship ID where any user can also email the issues, the queries, the grievances. Along with that, we are having all the OMs in office memorandum section where you can check or the changes which we have made on portal.
Everything is fine, sir.
Everything is fine. Recent opportunities can also be checked from this section. Some success stories. Also, FAQs can be accessed from this button. Also, we are having some FAQs there. Able to land on the same page from there as well. After that, the footer section is very helpful for all of our stakeholders having good. Whosoever would like to have a quick insight of apprenticeship, the acts, the guidelines, the apprenticeship rules, all information will be readily available for our stakeholders. As you can see, the SSC's CEO's contact details is also there, RDSG details are also there, whatever recent changes or courses information we are also having. So one more thing I would like to elaborate, if any industries would like to have a quick view, like whatever courses which we are having or in which courses they can engage apprentices, the same can be checked from there as well. These sections. So now I'll go back. Now I'll go back to the PPT because broadly we have explained what all we have on apprenticeship portal. Now I'll take you to the changes which we have made after eKYC rollout on candidate profiling as well as establishment profiling. So altogether, after the eKYC rollout, the candidate dashboard has been completely changed. Earlier, it was mentioned in the candidate dashboard that your profile is completed at 20%, 80% or 100%. After the eKYC launch, we have completely changed this page. Now, candidate profiling has been cut it down into all these parameters. eKYC into your Aadhaar verification, your bank details, your candidate qualification, your father name, mother name, category and signature image. The moment candidate will be able to complete all these steps, the candidate will be able to complete the profile. So the second change which we have made on bank details page, existing candidate as well as new candidate need to update their bank details as well. The moment candidate will click on, so just suppose eKYC has been done by the candidate, so this field will be auto checked or completed. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You highlight where people are raising the tickets. You know the areas exactly where the problems are continuously emerging or they have emerged in the past. You know the field of the common questions.
After, so ma'am, we will.
When you talk about that particular
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we are also so in case if any candidate has completed the eKYC, which will be Aadhaar verification, after that field will be auto filled. The moment candidate click on bank details page, this screen will be appear where candidate need to update their bank details as well. And one more thing I would like to mention that after OM8, as per the OM8 and DBT guidelines, there are scheduled rural banks and scheduled foreign banks are not considered for DBT as per the DBT guidelines. So maybe there are so many candidates would have been facing this issue that the bank name is not coming under the bank name drop down, which is here. So this might be the problem. Okay, so actually this is not a problem. It is just we have just a second. Yeah. So whatever banks are not coming under the bank name drop down, that is directly means we have not mapped scheduled rural banks and scheduled foreign banks in that list. So this is one of the reasons we are not getting the bank name in the bank drop down list. So candidate need to submit this information, the account holder name, account number, the account type, IFSC code, which, okay, so we also encourage candidates establishment, every stakeholder, that candidates are putting the right bank details in their profile because the same details will be considered for the payment made by the establishment as well as the payment made by the MSD share for their DBT contribution. Yes. And also I would like to mention that the eKYC for all the candidates need to be completed by 31st of March, maximum to maximum, because after that we are very soon, we are very soon able to launch DBT via portal. So once candidate updated the bank details as well, the candidate dashboard will look like this. Profile has been 100% completed as candidate completed the eKYC bank details and rest of the information. Now, I would like to elaborate what all changes which we have made on establishment profiling, where establishment need to update the PAN and GST. So, the moment establishment enter their PAN, GST applicable, yes, no field will be appearing. After that, establishment need to enter the GST number. So, we are also getting issues that we are unable to update our PAN number or whenever we are trying to upload our PAN number, it is saying that it is already taken. So that issues we have already fixed and keep on fixing whatever issues which we are getting.
Just to add here, the fix has been done and the PAN number uniqueness has been removed.
Yeah, PAN number uniqueness has been removed. If any establishment would operate or is operating in operating in more than one cities or one states would also be able to register on apprenticeship portal and complete this PAN registration or the complete profiling. So this slide will take you through a complete DBT readiness and what is the current progress which we are having. If I talk about the digital credentialing of candidate and establishment, this is already has been implemented. So all the candidate and establishment need to complete their profile with eKYC, and for establishment it's GST and PAN validation. Institutions or organizations which are not having PAN or GST, this is already in our consideration, and soon the same will also get implemented. In DBT rollout, we have also made one major changes on payout calculation page, where payments will be split into two different components, which will be standalone share and MSD share. So integration with PFMS need to be done for reporting purpose as well. So grievance management and call center setup is also in our pipeline, where we will be having a complete grievance tool for DBT or for other queries as well, which will be pertaining to DBT and across the portal. So to educate the wider audience, we are also keep on working on user manual instruction videos. So instruction videos for candidate and establishment we have already finalized. Candidate instruction video, which will maybe already live on portal or will be soon live on portal. Establishment instruction video we are holding because the instruction videos for establishment following the process when DBT will be rolled out. So this is one of the reasons we are not going ahead with the publication of establishment user manual or instruction videos.
But we will be doing it.
We will be doing it shortly. Yes, yes. So rest of the things which we have already covered, that Aadhaar update for candidate need to be supported by states. So for state level, for ground, the people sitting at ground level, all the issues need to be escalated via Zoho, via email, so that things will be get completed on time. So plan on with, yeah. This is already covered, right?
Yeah.
So that's it from my side. And one more document I would like to just a second. So this is not the finalized, but yeah, we are working on DBT FAQ as well. So this document will give you clarity that how or what kind of issues or what kind of errors candidates are facing via completing the eKYC. Just a second, let me increase the size of my screen so that you can.
And how you will resolve it.
Yeah. So, so many of you or so many of candidates will be facing this issue that the Aadhaar services are not accessible, or kindly check after some time. So we have already mentioned that how such issues can be tackled. Candidate is unable to complete the eKYC due to the issue at UIDA end. Still, if the same problem is not resolved for a certain period of time, so please escalate this as well. So this is one of the error candidates are getting in eKYC. Again, this will be the same, that Aadhaar services are not accessible, which could be due to the server issues at UIDA end.
Or it could be due to cookies and cache in your server.
Yeah.
Clear that from your website, do a hard refresh, and this should work with you.
Okay. So one more thing which we have noticed in tackling or resolving these issues, that you need to clear the cache and cookies of your browser. Maybe you are using Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox, the process will be same. Please press Ctrl+Shift+R to hard refresh your browser. Also, you have to clear your cache and cookies, so the portal get refreshed, or you would be able to complete the eKYC process. So many of you would be getting this error where mobile number has been already taken. So if any candidate is already registered with any mobile number, would not be able to create the profile again. Again, if email ID is already taken, we are also capturing this. Candidate would not be able to register with the same email ID. Yeah. So how can I update? Okay. So we are also getting such requests that we would like to update the mobile number. So for mobile number now, there is no need to raise any ticket. We have embedded the option itself in the portal where you will be able to see this update mobile number button. Just a second. Let me. Yeah. Just 2 minutes. So here itself you will get a update mobile number button which will be on a login page. So now candidate would be able to change the mobile number itself. After that, this is one of the error. Aadhaar number cannot be verified as it is already in use. So any user is getting this error. That means that candidate Aadhaar is already linked with some other profile. Now we have also implemented this error as well. Because earlier when eKYC was not launched, users are also getting that error that with this email ID and this apprentice code your Aadhaar is linked. That is already implemented. Again, we were getting some requests where candidates are not able to map their district. That is also implemented. Any candidate would be able to fill the district as well. So, this is a complete list of all the approved banks as per the DBT guidelines. So, this list you will be getting soon on the portal itself. Yes, that's all from my side. Thank you so much. So I would request Anita ma'am to take us forward.
So ma'am, this is all from our technical team. Now, any last word from your side? Then we will go for the.
So thank you the ministry and the technical team from here. And as we have elaborated in the presentations and while talking also, we are eagerly looking forward, and portal is extremely important because again a budget announcement by the Honorable FM that we are going ahead with the Unified Skill India digital platform. So this becomes extremely important for the state teams to kind of use it to the maximum and ensure that the DBT process becomes seamless. And so best wishes to each of my dear friend and colleague, and eagerly awaiting the responses from your side and the good practices, the best practices, the way you are interacting with the team. We only flagged some of the issues, we only made some of the suggestions. I am very sure and confident that you are doing much what is desired, and definitely the results are there to see till date, and the remaining for whatever remains to be done also you will take it forward in the real earnest, and we together as a team we will definitely excel. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, everyone, and we look forward to meeting the SSCs and TPAs in the second half of the day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you from Delhi.